Hello everyone, this is David Arlant again, and I am just going to kind of do some introductory type videos so that you know who I am, why I'm doing this kind of channel, and kind of get your feedback on what kind of issues you would like addressed or videos I can make of the situation, or about, I should say, chronic pain, workers' compensation, medications, diets, exercise, whatever topics you think I should cover. I'd really appreciate it if you would comment. Also, if you could like and subscribe and also share this video with people who have chronic pain issues or people who are living with someone who has chronic pain issues. Help them get an additional resource that they can use to help manage their condition. As I mentioned in my introductory video, or my first video, and you'll also notice too that I frequently will be using notes or a script because I take so many pain medications that affect things like memory. Plus I'm a talker, and I will just talk until, and just go off on wild tangents for hours on end. So it kind of helps keep me on track and makes a more orderly flow, I will say. Education. First of all, I have a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I got that from Pacific Lutheran University in Tacoma, Washington. Graduated in December of '94. After that, believe it or not, at that time they were laying off nurses left and right. Baby boomers had not hit 55 yet, which they started doing en masse in 2002, by the way, and then hit 65 in 2012. But when I graduated in the mid-90s, hospitals were running at 5 and 10% capacity, and they were laying off nurses. In fact, a lot of nurses just quit the profession entirely. My senior year preceptor ended up quitting and opening up a beauty shop in her basement. So when I graduated, I moved to Portland, Oregon, because that's where my family was at the time, or most of my family was. I got a job at the Mount St. Joseph Nursing Home on Southeast 30th and Stark for about 3.5 years. I worked in a skilled nursing facility / nursing home. And then after that, I went to work for Providence Portland Medical Center in Northeast Gleason in Portland, Oregon. And for the first 2.5 years, I was on 4K, their acute rehab center. And then after that, I went to 2R, the respiratory telemetry unit. Telemetry basically means a fancy word for heart monitor. Respiratory, we did everything from CPAPs, BiPAPs, to ventilators, which I'm sure you've all learned about due to the COVID virus. And while I was helping a ventilator patient getting turned and cleaned up and everything, the nursing assistant I had, it was like his third day on the job. And I had problems with chronic arthritis and injuries. A patient years earlier grabbed me around the neck and pulled me onto a commode. But in this instance, we were turning this patient, and the nursing assistant was taking time, as brand new on the job. But after about more than 5 minutes in the same position, I literally felt and heard 2 pops, just like a pop. And I thought, oh no, this is not good. And just pain like I cannot describe shooting up my back. So I, got the patient turned and cleaned up and ended up, going into workers' comp system, which that's a joy and a half and worth about 10-hour video on that one before I could even begin to describe what that was like. But during that, we ended up doing an MRI found out that I had 2 herniated discs and a pinched and displaced nerve root, L3 to L4 and L5 to S1, and the pinched nerve was at S1 for you medical geeks who just like to know that stuff. So I ended up becoming permanently disabled. Luckily, I had purchased a good disability insurance, which I will talk about probably in another video, about, like how do you make your living now that you cannot work. So I have private disability insurance, which pays me until I turn 65. And because it is disability insurance, I pay very little in taxes. Now, just to clarify, I'm not on welfare or anything like that. Not everybody who is disabled is on welfare. In fact, there are people who are disabled who are quite rich. But anyway, that was my particular situation. One of the topics I wanted to go into right off the bat is pain medications. Now, this is one where I have to be careful because I'm not a physician, I'm not a nurse practitioner, I'm not a physician's assistant. If you have pain lasting longer than 7 days, go see your doctor. Get a proper diagnosis and figure out what it is. And then if pain medication is right for you, or if things like diet and exercise, yoga, that sort of thing might be better fit for you. But I wanted to do this just so that you know that I am a legit person, who has been dealing with chronic pain issues. The first one I have is gabapentin or Neurontin. I take 300 milligram capsules, 2 capsules by mouth 3 times a day. And that helps control nerve pain. It's first started off as seizure medication, and also found that it works really good for pain, especially diabetic neuropathy pain. I go off to Nabumetone, 750 milligram tablets twice a day. This is roughly the same category. It's an anti-inflammatory as aspirin and ibuprofen. It's just less caustic on my stomach because I'd taken ibuprofen for so many years. It irritated the lining of my stomach, and so my doctor switched me over to this. And I've been on this for many, many years, predating my accident even. Another medication I take is cyclobenzaprine or Flexeril, 10 milligrams, up to 3 times a day. And this is a muscle relaxer I take frequently for my back pain and back spasms. And then we have buprenorphine, naloxone, which is Suboxone. And I take a tablet sublingual, which is underneath the tongue, and it tastes absolutely wonderful. Not really, it's like when the nurse goes in and says, oh, this shot won't hurt a bit. It's kind of like that. This stuff is nasty. It makes my urine turn orange and smell funny. One of the great side effects of this pain medication. And those are kind of the big ones. Plus I also take testosterone gel because, and I did not know this until I became a chronic pain patient, but chronic narcotics drive down your testosterone level. In fact, my nurse practitioner who's managing that at the time said that my testosterone level was actually lower than Caitlyn Jenner's was. So to give you an idea of how extreme that I was running, I wanted to kind of touch on that. Another thing I wanted to go over is kind of legitimacy-wise is, how do you verify that I am who I say I am? The easiest answer is you go to the Oregon State Board of Nursing website, and I'm reading off of, I just went on their website today. You go to licensees, look up nurse, nursing assistant link, and then you'll go into the name search. And on the name search, you just have to type in my last name, Arlint, A-R-L-I-N-T. There's not very many of us. It's a completely made-up name my 4 times great-grandfather used because he got in trouble with the law. And so not very many of us, so just type in Erlich and it will immediately pop up. What you'll see is that my license expired in 2014 because I had not had enough practice hours to maintain my license, and it was just, bless you, cat. And so it was just cheaper for me to just let it expire naturally on its own. And so that's probably the easiest way that you can verify my bona fides to see that I am who I say I am. So what I was kind of hoping is by this time is to get some subscribers on board who can comment and like. And in the comment section, please feel free to leave constructive criticism. This is my first attempt at doing something like this, and I'm really not, I always say that I'm the kind who has to read the instructions to find the on-off switch on my computer. So if you have a constructive criticism, please feel free to leave it in the comment section where I can read it and get back to you on that. So I hope you all have a good day, and please comment. Share this video. I need the subscribers to hopefully build an audience and get the word out to everybody about good pain control. So, and bless you again, Kat.